All right, morning bait makers. Woke up this morning and I started thinking about Sweetgum and making these. A friend of mine sent me a picture. Hold on, let me get this done real quick. You guys don't. All I'm doing is my mix here, and as you can see, this is Bait Plastics Salt Water Super Hard. So let me just get this down off camera here. Also, so it's not so loud on my mic. What I want to do is I have a 5,000 gallon pond out back. What I want to do is I am going to make some underwater videos. I'm going to test these different Sweetgums, and I'm going to use this video. I'm going to shoot some different ones. I'm going to shoot in medium. I'm going to shoot in soft. I'm going to shoot in super hard. I'm going to show how the different ways to rig these, and then I'm going to go out in my pond and get some underwater video, and I'm going to show these how they work underwater and what they look like when they spread out and open up. And the reason for that is there's a lot of concern right now about people about the storing them, right? Putting a little wire through here and having them suspended in air versus having them in their own bag. And I have several made up over here on my wall that are in bags. So I'm gonna those have been in the bag for a week easily. I'm going to show right out of the bag what they look like underwater, what these look like. They've been sitting on this pan for a few days now, versus the ones that I have suspended. And I don't think there's a difference. I really don't. But I'm interested in seeing the saltwater blend versus the medium blend versus the soft blend, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, I want the red label hard, or I want this. And, you know, I have found that the craw, the Dead on Plastics craw, it's just been perfect. I mean, I got guys out fishing them right now and coming back to buy more because they're like, dude, these work. I'm killing fish. I'm catching fish that I was not catching before when I was fishing different lures. My buddy Jason, he used them. I think it was last weekend. He came back this week and he's like, yeah, they work. They work great. He liked the colors that he had gotten. I've since then made some other ones. These I made for a salmon fishing guy, and he was like, hey, I want to try some of these salmon fishing. I was like, you know what, so do I. So we're gonna throw these down the river, see how that works, and then I may also take them out of my boat and bounce them off the bottom, just to see if I can get a king salmon to bite one of these. That'd be great. And it would be a new thing for that, right? All of a sudden now everyone's using Coikes, these little sea urchin things, to catch salmon. That'd be insane. I'm not sure how it would work on the troll. I don't know. You could put it up on the front of something, I guess, maybe a herring or something. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. But if you're trying to fish a river, yeah, absolutely, that would work. So I'm going to go a little less. I'm going to do, no, you know what? I'll just go ahead and do a full cup. I'll do a full cup because I'll make a color that is good for salt water as well. And then if I don't like this in the Urchin, right? Because I'm just going to test it in my pond. I'll just remelt it down and it'll become a saltwater bait. So yeah, I'll just do a full cup. All right, so this is the intro portion. I'm not going to bore you with heating this, vacuuming it, getting the color, saturation, all that. I may shoot a little bit on the color because I might do some 8-bit bait stuff, just because if I really like this Urchin, I've been wanting to play around with the 8-bit bait a little more. But I'll come back. I may have a little bit of the build, and then I'll cut again, and then I'll come back and we'll do it out in the water, and you'll get some underwater footage. So, all right, that stream. We'll see you back in a little bit. Okay. Let's see. Yep, red box means it's recording. This is how I messed up a video, whole video, an hour plus long yesterday. Brand new camera. That's the Sony ZV-10 2, whatever. I had this lens on it at first. I went back to the stock lens. This wasn't allowing you to see my face. It was like here. But anyways, let's just get on with this. So again, what I'm doing, I decided I'm going to do a June bug. That would be good. So I'm going to go with some purple and blue flake June bug. I'm gonna bring this down so you guys can actually see the colors that are going on here. This is that saltwater super hard, but noticing micro bubbles down there after I heated it up, so maybe I'll come back when I'm starting to do this, because I just noticed those micro bubbles. All right, we'll be back. All right, almost forgot to turn the camera back on. We are good to go. I have 2 drops in there when I remembered, oh crap, I didn't turn the camera back on. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. I'm gonna do 15. Okay, so the ball is very opaque, and then because it's thick, and then the tentacles are see-through, but I'll have flake in there. So I'm experimenting with less pigment. Excuse me. Okay, so we're gonna do some midnight blue. And right now I'm going to do a little bit of a heaping 1/8. This is 0.040 hex. Let's just see. Just the blue. Normally I put my flake in before I put my coloring in, but I wanted to get the saturation where I wanted it instead of the flake choice, right? So let's see, I think that looks pretty good. All right, so now I'm going to do purple 0.062 square, and my thought process here, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do 1/8. This is larger than the blue, and then I'm also going to do 0.025 hex purple, but I am going to bring that down to a 1/16. Actually, I may even do less than a 1/16. So maybe I will drop down to a 32nd and then just do a little bit. Yeah. And I'm not going to heap it. You know, I'm going to do just a tad more. I probably should have heaped that just because I saw how much went in and it totally got lost by the big stuff. But what I'm hoping is, if the big stuff doesn't go into the tentacles, then I'll have a chance for the little ones to go in there. All right, so let's show that. I think that's a... Oh, let me get all this off of here. I love Junebug. I usually make my Junebug a little different. I do a green flake as well. I grew up in Arizona and we have June bugs everywhere, and they always have like the green and gold, but this is the standard, you know, June bug colorant purple blue flake. I think that looks really good. Yeah, you can see some of the bigger, the smaller, the blues. Golly, it's all I could do. I really want to put green in there right now. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Let me see. Let me get a temp on this. It's a little too low. Let's put that in for 18 seconds was on there, so I'll just do that. That'll bring it up. Let's see who's texting me in the middle of this. Good news, SpeedX just delivered my package at not my address. So I'm thinking, yeah. Spam. Alright. I don't know who SpeedX is, but that was not my address, so very crazy, man. The stuff nowadays they do to get your information and Alright. Let's just give this a shot. Now with the Sweetgums, what I do is I just do a quick push. I pull that off right away. I'm not trying to hold any pressure. I just shoot it super fast, just like that. That's it. That was 4 molds shot that fast. There's a lot of discussion out there about how you shoot these things, and people not liking when you pull out the centerpiece that it makes a hole in it, and I'm like, well, that's just perfect for me to stick a hook through that. That's how I look at it. But so that these are done. I'm gonna let that cool down a bit. We'll get them pulled out. Not so much showing you the color, because you're gonna go see the color underwater, and you're gonna see how this salt water bait moves underwater. All right, had to switch over to my phone, but I'm gonna show you guys what I'm doing here. So I have some 15-pound tests just tied up, and sorry if the camera is not okay. Yeah, I didn't know if it was in there. I'm just trying to wing this real fast. So I got this lead head jig, got it tied to 15-pound test. We're gonna go out in the pond and test it. So that looks pretty good. Now with the Sweetgums, this tear mark out, right? This is where everyone's like, oh, this sucks. But I'm like, no, it's not. It's a guide for how all these are there. And I can just put that right through, go all the way through. And then, so you see the mark right there? See how that? I just slide that over the head there, and it pushes right up on that. And then you can see, that's how that looks. And I can just vertical bounce it. Saltwater crushes. That is a saltwater blend. So you see how it's all standing out. And then here, I'm gonna take another one. And we're gonna come over here to a medium blend. And I'm gonna get a 5/8 instead of a 3/4. So same thing. I'm just gonna look for that little pock mark. Wow. So like the 5/8, it's even smaller. I mean, it's right there, but it's tiny. So I don't understand the complaints other than people just want to complain. All right. So now with this 5/8, same thing, 15-pound. That's not a saltwater blend, but you see how that looks, right? And I'm gonna go put these in the water. We're gonna go play with it. All right, so let's go with another saltwater. This time with a treble hook. It's not tied to anything because obviously I have to push it through first. Again, I'm looking for that mark right there. And I'm just gonna push that. Sorry, I don't wanna do it off camera. So I'm just gonna push that through there. And the hooks will come up right around the ball there. Now, my friend Jason has been out and he's been fishing them, and he has some ideas, thoughts. He likes the frog hook with the two, so two hooks like this, and he's pushing that through instead of a treble. He's done a treble. So there you go. There's the salt one. And then same thing, right? So wait, this is just a treble. So yeah, we'll do that. I want to do, I'll go with this pink one here. So I'm just going to do a single hook, and then same thing going for that pock mark. But what I find is if you go to the side of it and go through, and then the pock mark is in the middle there, so how my hook is, right? And now it's like this, all right? So, and then you can take a little bullet weight, and once it's tied, you can bring that bullet weight up above, and then you create this motion where the weight is holding it down, this is floating, and you're bouncing it like this. And I'm gonna go out to the water, I'm gonna tie this up, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. This might be too small of a little clip-on bullet weight, so we'll see. I'm hoping, I want this to float, but I don't want it to pull this up either. So that was one of the things that Jason said, is that what he was noticing, it takes a long time for these to sink to the bottom, which is a good and a bad thing. Fish are gonna bite it when it's going down mostly, right? It's coming down and they're like, whoa, what's that? Bow, and they hit it. When it's sitting on the bottom, if you're able to like twitch it a little, those tentacles will move all around, and I think that will get a strike. I know in saltwater, we fish the 3/4 ones, we do a little larger weight, or we fish it just like this. And it when it's going down, that's when you're getting the strikes. All right, I'm gonna pause this. Next time you see me, we're gonna be outside on the pond. All right, so I'm out at my, of course the fish want to get fed. I'm gonna yeah, so if I'm at my pond, my fish are over there and they're like, hey, feed me, feed me, feed me. So I went to the other end of the pond and I gave them some stuff. So we're gonna try from above water first. I'm over by where I have a water spill coming out on the rocks there. I got my bubbler down there, but let's see. So that's floating on the top. So with no weight and just the hook, look at that. That just floats. Okay. Whoa, hey. Well, we are gonna go into the water with this, but I didn't want to go in like that. All right, let's look at this one. This is that was a saltwater. Is that a saltwater? No, that's not a saltwater. That's just medium. This is craw tube. So look at that. See how it spreads out? All right, let's look at a saltwater. Should definitely stick out a lot more. Let's see. Boom. There's a saltwater with treble hook. It is, look at that. It's almost and you can see those flakes I have in there. Look, man, that purple and blue on this June bug looks so good. I'm gonna try. So now it's about 8 inches underwater. You can see him pulsing it. Oh yeah, the saltwater blend definitely has the tentacles sticking out a lot more. So I'm throwing it over there, and the current that I have underwater is pushing it. So, all right, now let's try. This will sink for sure. This has the head on it. This is the small one. So, let me get these lilies out of here. All right, and again, that's the not saltwater. This is a soft blend. This pink one's a soft blend, and you can see they are sticking out. You're getting a lot of twitching there. You can see me just jigging the line, and you can see those moving. I am going to go underwater. You are going to see it underwater. I just want to do everything fair here. Okay, that's a heavy head, and you can just see that sinks. Okay, and I'm not sure if I'm getting good quality camera footage on that, but I'm trying to show you guys how that looks as it comes through the water. From my bubbler, out of the bubbler, and then I'm just bouncing it as I pull it in. Okay, now the one everyone's probably been looking for. I'm gonna stop this and I'll be right back. This first one here is the June Bug saltwater blend with just a treble hook. Notice how the tentacles stick straight out, and while they are not moving or bouncing much, they do make the bait present as larger. The second one that you're going to see is the pink craw blend. I should be throwing it here in a second. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so this is a 5/8 inch. The first one is a 3/4. And you can see when it bounces, those tentacles are moving good. And yeah, it's out of the video, but you know, the phone's underwater. So I'm having a voiceover now as I watch the video. Several of my goldfish were underneath this, and they were trying to get this thing, and I was very much trying to keep it away from them. You can see here they're coming in and getting it. I think on this next one I'm going to throw another saltwater. So yeah, there's the saltwater with the jig head. It splashes, and of course a couple of my koi get out of the way, scared them away. So then I'm going to end up throwing the other pink one again. And this is, I think, with no weight. Yeah. So that's no weight. It's neutral buoyancy. Slowly sinks down. But when it was in the water, the goldfish out of camera are down below it, and they're coming up to investigate. You see some koi in the background. The whole time I was worried about the fish possibly grabbing one. These have barbed hooks, and I was really paying attention to the fish as I did not want to damage one. So this last one is going to be the blue saltwater, I think, the June Bug. And I'm telling you, they stick out and present so much of a larger target. I really like those. And I like, if you look at the tentacles, you can see the blue glitter really stand out. But I love just how they present. I will definitely be doing saltwater. Just because it makes a larger target, a larger bait. And for saltwater, I think this is going to absolutely crush fish, since I was doing the other blend when I went last time. Alright, so it is still recording. That was kind of cool. I had a whole bunch of fish come over. My koi kind of hid over here on the side. I could see him from the top. The goldfish looked like he was trying to go after it, and I was like, oh, please don't hook yourself. Please don't, because I didn't cut any barbs. I didn't take off any hooks. I didn't do anything. I just put them right in, and I was very much watching that. I wanted to make sure they didn't get hooked. What's that movie, 7? What's in the box? What's in the box? Roar. Some heads. Oh no, 4 urchins. What? You get 4? For the price they give you for 1, we do 4? Oh, we're gonna go out of business. My gosh. Vetstream Plastic Baits, Pacific Northwest Fishing. Live the dream.